What's up, Cowboy Nation? This is VA Cowboys fan. It is Monday. I made a video last night. I was a little intoxicated, so I decided to go ahead and delete that. I watched it earlier. It looks like that the Eagles are going. Congrats to them. We played good ball. Played really good football yesterday. And big ups to our defense because they really gave our offense a fighting chance. They really did. Orton played good ball. He played really good football. Just some bad mistakes. I don't want to say it's bad luck or what it is. When we got that ball back, I was like, we're gonna get this field goal. And we're gonna hit the playoffs, and we might make a splash. But that's not how it turned out. So, there's always next season. I know that it's just how it's got to be for us right now. They're keeping Jason Garrett, which, like I say, when you hire a head coach, you should give him 5 years and see what can happen in 5 years. I'm gonna make maybe 2 videos during the off season. The only thing I'm ever making videos about is football. So, in the draft, I'll get more into it when that comes up to it. But in the draft, I really want them to address a lot of defensive players because that's what I think we need. Offense, I don't really think that we need anything. Our offensive line worked really great all year. It looks really nice, so I don't want any changes there. I liked it. I don't think Miles Austin's going to be there next year. I think they're going to be trading him because he's going to be a cap casualty, which is okay because the production we got out of Terrence Williams this year was really good, and I like him, and he's young, and hopefully he's going to be there for, a while. He's a good receiver, so I don't see why he shouldn't be. Beasley made a lot of production this year. He looked really good. They're going to have to get another receiver if Austin does leave, which is fine. I'm not saying you need to draft one. You should be able to get one on the open market for a pretty decent price. I know cap room is always a situation with our team because we're contracted into a lot of older players. Jason Witten played good. When that ball got intercepted off of him, man, he came back that next drive and he proved a point that he still got everything. Me personally, when I was sitting there watching the game with my friends, I thought that they probably should have put a couple of they should have let Orton throw to receivers that he's more comfortable with. Not saying he's not comfortable with, that he's practiced with, like Terrence Williams, he should have been throwing more to. Escobar, who made the touchdown, looked great, and I really want to see more production out of him next year because I think he's the future of our tight end. I don't see Hannah being there. But I think that timing was just a little situation. Our defense stood up, and we have the worst defense in the NFL, and, nobody picked Dallas to win, and we almost upset them any given Sunday. Let's think. Hatcher, I know he's due up for a contract. I don't know what's going to happen there. I like Hatcher. I think he made a lot of strides this year, and I know it's also a contract year for him, so maybe he was trying to make a lot of good plays. But I think, following him on Twitter, he seems like a really good guy, and he loves fans. So if they do give him a contract, I wouldn't want nothing more than a 3-year deal because he is an older guy. Jamarcus Ware, I know he is getting older too. They need to address that, and they really need to draft defensive ends this year and linebackers. And I'd really like to see a safety in the first round. We have the 16th overall pick. If they need to, and I think the 16th overall pick is a good pick because the first 5 teams in the draft are quarterback hungry, so they're probably going after quarterbacks. I really want to see defensive end. I really, really want a safety. We haven't had a real legitimate safety since Williams. Isn't it Williams? I think, yeah. And he was a hard hitter, I liked him. So I'd like to see them sign a legitimate safety. But it's going to have to be defense in this draft. I really feel like, I pretty much can guess what position they're going to pick in the first round every year. This year blew me off when they did the center, which turned out to be a good move. Frederick played really great ball, and he solidified that line. So good for him. He's young and he's very talented, and I'm glad we have him. Doug Free played good ball this year. Last year he had me pulling my hair out with the 5-yard penalties, but he stood up, did great. Congrats to Tyron. I picked him when he was drafted. I knew that they were going for him. And I saw Claiborne come back last night, and man, he looked nice too. We just got to get these injuries under control. We just gotta they gotta address a lot of things in this off season. Monty Kiffin, I don't know. It's kind of hard just to give somebody 1 year, and as banged up and as injured as our defense was. I mean, what do you do? I know that there was a lot of head coaches fired today. The Lions, they fired Schwartz. The Browns, I can't even pronounce his name. He was fired. The guy from Tampa Bay was fired. Mike Shanahan, he was fired, which we knew that was going to happen. That's the only thing about Washington. They want to change everything all the time and expect to win. Whatever. I say if you're going to fire your head coach, make sure you know what you're getting into. It's just like when everybody was bitching about Romo. Well, who else were you going to go out there and sign? Orton looked good last night, but he is a backup quarterback, so don't think there's going to be any kind of controversy about that next season. I really don't. Romo is our quarterback. He is 33, and he has a 5-year deal, but they need to go ahead and start getting ready and let Garrett get our next quarterback groomed, because that's what all the analysts are saying. So, yeah, I still say you keep. I think we have Wharton again next year we had a 3-year deal with him, so he will be there next year. But they need to go ahead and start getting our next quarterback ready. Once again, 8-8 3 years in a row. That's not what I want to be, especially being a Cowboys fan. We should be higher than that. I know you have a rough year, but we have not won a Super Bowl since '95. And we've only been to the playoffs once in 4 or 5 years now. Come on, that's not good. This division was wide open for us. We should have won it, no problems this year. I'm not, and the bad thing is, if you look at all the games that we lost, we didn't get. We had our heads stomped in by the Saints and by the Bears, but there was a lot of games that we should have won that we lost by a point or a field goal. That's just how it goes. Hopefully everybody has a nice, safe New Year's. And I guess we'll be... Me, for one, I hope Philadelphia gets beat because, forget that. Who I'd like to see win the Super Bowl this year would probably be Peyton Manning. I think he deserves it, so I'd like to see him win it this year. But we'll see. I know I don't want San Fran winning because I don't want them having the 6th Super Bowl and all that, But all right, I guess I'm going to get on off here and hope everybody has a good New Year's. VA Cowboys fan out. Peace.